All right, guys, welcome back. We are watching ReZero, Season 1, Episode 22. Last time, we finished the battle with the white whale. Thank God. We got it all figured out, I guess. I still wish we didn't destroy the flugel tree. That kind of sucks. It seemed like a pretty important cultural monument to me, but whatever. Silly me, I guess. I guess killing the white whale was worth more than some stupid tree. I don't know. Um, and we're meeting up with Julius as well. That was the end of the episode. So I'm very curious what Subaru's reaction to Julius will be. And I don't know. We gotta get going. We gotta go. We gotta deal with these crazy cultist people. We gotta save Amelia. It is time. So let's start. We're watching season 1, episode 22. You can line your own copy up with this if you want to. We are starting in 3, 2, 1. Oh. Super's face. Like, come on. What is wrong with you? Hmm? You aren't? That's okay. Sure. Oh, it would be trouble if he was involved with this, huh? Maybe if he's someone else, then Subaru can handle him, you know? God, he's so cool. Subaru's face right now. Like, come on. Yeah, no kidding. Okay, buddy, come on. Maybe, honestly. Your scars of victory, huh? Come on, you can't stay mad at him. Okay, thank you. Literally, thank you. Yeah, and we need backup. We need some serious backup. Sure. No, he made it all up, actually. It's not true. Exactly. God. Mm-hmm. Okay. Interesting. We didn't hear about that before, right? That the white whale shows up at the same time. I guess Puck called it gluttony. Okay. Sure. There better be. Mm-hmm. Okay, nice. So that's already happened. They're already evacuated. Big. Ooh, okay. Who wrote the letter? I guess I mean it wasn't Subaru, right? But I don't know. The way he said it was handwritten makes it seem like they would like recognize the handwriting, you know, so they would know it's like real. I guess. True. It matters. Come on. Oh yeah. Don't even know who. Sounds good. Let's do it. Please, please, let's return alive. Please, please, please. Okay. Subaru, you gotta, like, come on. We gotta work on this. Man, yeah. Just imagine from Julius's perspective how different Subaru seems after whatever, just a few days ago, you know? Just how, because he seemed like such a loser at court in the courthouse place, you know? I guess it wasn't really court. The, what did they call it exactly? Whatever it was. Well, it's the thought that counts. Yeah. There you go. There you go. There you go. There you go. Good job. Thank you. Thank you. You don't even have to apologize, honestly. I guess, Subaru's proven himself now, but in that moment, he kind of deserved the belittling. Okay, come on. Thank you. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. I'm sure, I'm sure. Oh, let's get it started. We've really got to not die. That's really number one thing. Don't die. Oh, are we here already? Lonely around here, isn't it? No Rim, no Subaru. Why wouldn't you be able to sleep? Hmm. I guess because they've heard about yeah, duh. They've gotten word about what's happening, right? I mean, I guess I would assume the letter's gotten there by now. I would assume that they've noticed the village being evacuated, right? Oh God. Okay. What's the plan? Are they surrounding you and ready to jump them? Okay. Why is he just trying to blend in? Oh, because he has the witch's smell? They're just okay. I guess, sure. All right. Sure, right. I guess. That's what they said about the smell of love on him, right? Hmm. What's up, Helgis? What are we gonna do? Are you gonna try and take command, I guess? I don't say that. That's come on. Hmm. Okay. Mm-hmm. Maybe. Unclear if he is pride or not. Hmm. I wonder if he is. I think you could certainly call a lot of his actions prideful, couldn't you? What does that even mean? Get a grip. Uh-huh. Yeah, yeah. Okay. Is it like a perfect account of the future or something? You think he would have it memorized? He wouldn't even need to check it. Come on. Hmm? Yeah, what, you just lost it? Misplaced it somewhere? Oh, God. What? Okay. What are we doing? What are we doing? He can see the hands. What are we doing? He has to have backup, right? Yeah, come on. There we go. I wish it wasn't them, but that's okay. Big. Their evil temple that was somehow over here that no one noticed has been destroyed. I don't know if they're going to do much regretting, but sure. Mm-hmm. What is wrong with this guy? Oh my god, the blood. Yikes, that guy's kind of scary. Yeah, I understatement, honestly. Sure. Oh my god, that is just disgusting. Like, what am I looking at right now? Sure. I think Subaru has more love than you, unfortunately. All right. Oh god, he is dead. Oh, okay. Well, that was easy, I guess. That can't be it, right? Really? Sure. No, that wasn't too hard. I guess. She sounded so happy to say that. Shindemasu. Not very fitting for a knight. Yeah. Makes sense. It's what happens. The world moves on. It's we just start looting his corpse. What is that? An egg? What are you? You're crawling around inside of his cloak. Okay, that's good. That's really good. Oh, God. Okay. They know about it? All right. What's the lore behind it exactly? It's that bad? Come on. Interesting, though, that he can't read it. That is interesting. Hmm. I don't know. I can't decide. I can't decide what I think about whether, I have my whole theory that the witch cult isn't actually related to the witch, right? But then what would my explanation for this be? The gospel or like even for the unseen hand thing? He obviously has a weird power. What would my explanation for that be then? I don't really have one. So, maybe that theory just doesn't make any sense. You've butchered the enemies. That's quite the word to use. Yeah. Hmm. Sure. 10 fingers. It looked like there were more than 10 of them before. Maybe not. Maybe I'm just misremembering. I don't know. Yeah, good job doing math there. Is his corpse gonna move? It's like in the frame. Yeah. I just gonna smash it. Sure. I guess we're really sure now. Okay. Man, I can't believe there were that few of them, and they were able to overtake um, everyone at the mansion so easily. But I guess who even fought other than Rim and Ram, you know? And they had to protect the children, I guess, too. Sure. what, was, what was that reaction? Yeah, that was very funny. That was hilarious. Of course, that thing thinks it's funny. Okay, everything is going too well right now. Like, I don't know, everything's just like perfect. So, something has to go wrong, obviously. hmm yeah, I was just thinking about that, you know? It's nice having all these friends, but hmm. I literally, okay, something horrible is happening right now. Oh god. Oh, they can't see them. They can't see the hands. Oh god. Right. Yeah. Oh god. Oh. Great, actually. Fantastic. At least there's a bunch of randoms. He is not, evidently. Oh god. At least they know where he's going. Yeah. Oh god. Surely we can fight them off. Like, come on. What? Where is it? In the lake? Who? What? Huh? Okay. Is this the real pedal geese? We were being trolled the whole time. Okay. Did that? Like, is one of them like promoted or something when pedal geese dies? Instantly. I guess. Okay. Sure. Okay. Or a replica. I guess. I mean, they are acting just like pedal geese. Hmm. Yeah. Sounds like pride to me. Oh, it's bad though. Unlucky. Hmm. Yeah, he really might be. I don't know about that. He couldn't read the book though. That is true. God, those fingers. Uh-oh. So, okay, they don't have it? Okay. Like, did they took it from Petal Geese's body, right? But why would this one not have it? Unless, I don't know. I don't know. Oh, hi, red thing. Okay, sure. Okay, that was effective. I guess it's a spirit, if you say so. Oh my god. Oh, big. I guess they cut the arms and they're bleeding? They can't see it. Okay. Wow. How? Okay. Big. How did he know to cut right there? The ear's right there. I guess that makes sense, right? He knew that they were gonna attack, but still. So just now there's just gonna be another one, right? Like unless they kill all of the fingers, isn't there just gonna be another? I don't know about that. It's some weird shit. Yeah, they're like all sloth, I guess. No, I think there can only be one at any time, but mm-hmm. Okay. So there's 100 followers, there's 10 fingers. That makes more sense. Oh god, yeah. All these people dead. Are we okay with continuing like this? I mean, there's gonna be a cost for your actions. You can't have everything be perfect forever. It's kind of unfair there, you know? Like if there was someone like Rim who died there, obviously he would have wanted to reset immediately. Tatakai. Don't give up. Absolutely. Think about how much loss Wilhelm has faced, you know? And he didn't give up. He kept fighting. Absolutely. Guess that was a little bit of a flash of sloth, wasn't it? Just a moment. Just a brief moment. But he's back at it. We must fight. It's not about physical strength, that's for sure. Okay, okay. Because Subaru has to learn to accept everything can't be perfect, right? Even with the power he has, it's just not gonna happen, you know? So, I mean, we still know that there's, like, I don't know, what's the plan exactly, right? We have to kill all of them, don't we? Because they're just gonna keep being promoted and become the authority of Sloth? I don't know. Because they're not just gonna give up, right? Like, I think if there's even one of them left, they're gonna keep trying to kill Amelia. I don't even think it's subconscious. I think it's very conscious that he harbors resentment. Do you think? I don't know. He does not seem that unapproachable to me. Honestly, he seems like a great guy. That's like, I don't know. I think you could just talk to him, honestly. I don't think it's that bad. I think it is A-okay. He seems like the most emotionally mature person here. Look at him. Okay. Puck? Did she die? There's no way Amelia... No, because everyone disappeared. Okay, hi, Ram. What's up? What is happening? Okay, sure. What a place to end the episode. Yeah, I really know what's going on. Sure. Ah, we get the ending again. I've never really read the lyrics of it. I've always just want to look at the visuals. And as I'm saying that, it sounds like the lyrics are like different. Maybe I'm crazy though. I don't remember that part of the song. But I've barely gotten to hear it because we never get the ending. Is that really the way it normally goes? Maybe. I don't know. This is normal, right? Am I insane or are the lyrics different? I can't tell. I haven't paid close enough attention to it. I'm gonna miss this ending. I don't know why, it's just so good. I love the visuals. It's like meaningful to Amelia. I think it's very meaningful for Amelia and like her problems, right? Like her whole thing about, like not wanting others to get hurt for her sake. That kind of leads her to being in a position like this where she's alone, and her understanding that that's not good, Right. Kind of extrapolated there. It's not, we haven't gotten any Amelia in so long. But it makes sense to me. Kind of leads her to the opposite issue Subaru has, doesn't it? Oh god, no spoilers, no spoilers, no spoilers. Okay. We will talk about the episode in the discussion. Alrighty, let's talk about the episode. So, we start off here with Subaru meeting Julius yet again. His face is in this, like, look at him right now. Like, he literally looks like he is staring at a dead body. He looks like the way he looks when he finds Amelia's dead body on the ground. Like, what am I looking at right now? Like, he needs to get a grip, for real. Can I get my chair forward, please? There we go. God. He needs to get a grip. Like, for real. Not that, like, I'm not going to be too harsh on him, because it's not like he's acting, like, completely insane, I guess it makes sense he has a little bit of, like, a feeling of rivalry with Julius. Like, that's not going to go away super easily, right? Like, that makes sense. And especially because it's not just, it's a whole convergence of a whole bunch of things, right? He had the weird jealousy with Julius and Amelia, and then Julius beat the shit out of him, and Julius is in a much higher social position than him. It's a whole, like, convergence of things that make him have this attitude towards Julius. So, it's obviously, it's not just gonna be fixed just because Subaru is, like, better now. You know what I mean? So, I guess, like, yeah, it makes sense. He needs to get over it. Because I like Julius. Julius is cool. He just seems like a cool guy, honestly. His dragon, though, is much more lame than Subaru's dragon. So Subaru got that going, right? Like, that's one thing he can, like, gloat over. Man with a knight's status must never lower himself to the rank of a mercenary. Sure, right? Like, even in this moment, it's like he's taking a risk in a way, right? Like, he's literally, like, I assume it would mean trouble for him if it ever got out that he was here and that he did this, So, I don't know. Julius is cool. Just look at Subaru's face. Like, come on. Man. And, like, I don't know, if Subaru ever wants to enter the world of being Amelia's attendant, and, seems like we've got a kind of a tight social circle here with Ferris and Julius, So, Subaru wants to join up. Although, what's his name? Al, with what's her name? Priscilla? That's her name, right? Yeah. Doesn't seem like he's really part of their friend group, but you know what I'm saying. Interesting that Priscilla wasn't part of any of this at all, I feel like eventually we're gonna have to get stuff from her, but wasn't part of this, that's for sure. That's actually interesting, because, like, Crush and Anastasia can, like, use their involvement in this for political gain in some sense, right? And Amelia probably can too, through her connection to Subaru in the future. So, but not for Priscilla. Your scars of victory from the Wish Fiend subjugation. Of course, naturally. Man, Subaru kind of takes a leadership position here, but, like, of course he does. He's the reason they're all here in the first place, and that they defeated the White Whale, which is just crazy. It must, honestly, to all of them, it must feel so much, like, smaller now to deal with this witch cult stuff after they just handled the White Whale. Because to me, it seems like the White Whale was this huge, giant deal, and it's like, oh, we gotta go deal with the witch cult too, I guess. And we're bringing up the idea that apparently the White Whale shows up at, like, the same time as the witch cult attacking things. Which, like, I guess makes sense. I swear we never heard of that before, right? Like, I don't think Subaru mentioned that in, like, his negotiations with Crush or anything. I don't remember it, that's for sure. And I guess we're just all heading out there. So I guess he really does. He has a whole lot of backup. Yeah. Because I was thinking in the last episode they were talking about how, like, it seemed like this part of the plan wasn't really, like, fleshed out yet, but I guess pretty much everyone's going with him. So we get the villagers out of there, thank God. I assume then, and we have a handwritten letter going to the mansion. A messenger from Krushan's household is headed for the mansion with a handwritten letter. But who wrote the letter? It wasn't Subaru, was it? Because I would assume the point of it being a handwritten letter is that they will recognize the handwriting and, like, know that it's real, So I guess it would either be Subaru or Rim, then in that case, right? Hmm. And yeah, I guess that makes sense, right? Like the witch cult, they've never had an advantage in a battle with the witch cult because they never know when the witch cult's going to show up, and that's just like the white whale, you know. So them being linked makes sense, of course. I guess his name's Julie. My bad. Hmm. And I guess it's interesting, right? Like in this moment, he doesn't have like a serious emotional reaction to the fact that some people died fighting the white whale because I think he understands that um subjugating the white whale, dealing with the white whale was like a general goal that so many people had, right? That so many people here had their own reason to want to go and, you know, deal with the white whales and they died for it, you know. And that's easier to mentally deal with than the idea that, like, probably in Subaru's head, that the people who die later in the episode are, like, dying for him and for his goal, you know? That if he hadn't wrapped them up in this whole thing with Amelia and saving her, then they wouldn't have died, and that's his fault, you know? Because they wouldn't have wanted to do it otherwise, right? So that's why I think he has a more significant emotional reaction to it later than he does here. And yeah, we really need to return alive. If Subaru died, where I mean, it would put us back at the beginning of episode 18, right? Like, think about that. I mean, I guess I have faith that Subaru is so much mentally in a better spot now that I guess he could just redo everything. It would just be so awful. It would be so, oh God, having to deal with that. Like, I just don't know. And Subaru, like, look at his face. Like, what is wrong with you? God, just from Julius's perspective, just think about how different Subaru is, right? Just a few days ago, he was this loser wimp who was acting like a lunatic in the Royal Selection place, and now he saved the world. Not really, but almost, right? I'm glad he apologizes. I'm glad he understands. Um, I wonder on what level he understands it, though. You know what I mean? Like, what really does he understand about it, right? I guess it would be interesting to know because there's several things about it that I could think about him. Like he was wrong on so many different levels, doing so many different things in that in episode 13 that I guess I'm just curious what he means when he says it was his fault. You know, I guess you can take the optimistic perspective and assume that he understands all of it and why his actions were like bad. But I don't know. It's just something to think about, I guess. I hate your guts, of course. Not that he really has a reason to. Let's get the fight started. And so we go to the mansion. Amelia's exhausted and says she can't wouldn't be able to fall asleep. I don't know if this is like them saying that they understand what's coming is coming. Um, I guess I would assume that they at least know what's up in the village, right? If the villages have already been evacuated, even if the letter hasn't gotten here yet, you would think they would know what's going on. But at the same time, would Puck even be suggesting the idea that Amelia should go to sleep if they thought impending attack was coming? You know. So I don't know. I don't know. Hmm. I just wonder what they've been up to. You know what I mean? It just seems like they're like, you know, she's saying she's exhausted, she won't be able to sleep. What exactly are we talking about then? You know. And Subaru is very smart and uses his witch smell stuff. God, they're so creepy. Uses witch smell to kind of assert a position of authority over these guys, I guess. Because I guess they can tell he smells so strongly that he's a big shot, I guess. And comes and hangs out with Petal Geese for a little bit. So we have brought up the idea yet again that Subaru is pride. And I just don't know what to think anymore, right? Because I've said a few times my idea that the witch cult might actually not be related to the witch. You know what I mean? They might just be like frauds. They might just be lunatics, just religious cultists who think they have a connection to her, but they don't, right? Um, and the reason I've thought that is because, again, Subaru, we know Subaru actually has a connection to the witch because of Return by Death, right? Um, and again, it seems like Subaru and his actions is almost like the witch acting through him, essentially, right? And it seems like the witch and Subaru's actions are at odds with the witch's cult and what they're doing right now. You know what I mean? That's kind of the basis for me thinking that the witch's cult isn't actually enacting what the witch wants. But at the same time, it's like, one, what would be my explanation for where their weird powers come from, right? Like the unseen hand thing, right? It doesn't really fit into any of the categories of magic that we know about. It certainly seems like some weird shit. Like Subaru's the only one who's able to see it, and he's connected to the witch, so him being able to see it makes sense if it comes from the witch. Um, and then there's the gospel that like no one can read unless you're a member of the witch's cult. But at the same time, Subaru can't read it, even though we know he has a connection to the witch. So I don't know. I don't know. It's interesting to think about. I really have no. I mean, to me, it kind of seems like this idea that the witch's cult isn't actually connected to the witch might be something that doesn't come up for 500 episodes or something. It just seems like such a vague idea that most people wouldn't even think about. Maybe I'm. I don't know. I don't know. It just feels like such a weird thing to like stumble upon and even entertain. Because maybe it's just wrong. Maybe it's just blatantly incorrect. But I don't know. It's something to think about, I guess, and I just can't. I can't get it out of my head. Um, and it kind of brings up the idea again that Subaru is pride, right? That he is pride, which to me, pride is kind of like the opposite of envy, right? Like envy is like you are jealous of other people and like what they have, right? And pride is being very full of yourself and what you have. You know what I mean? Kind of like boiled down very simply. So Subaru being pride and being the opposite in some way of the Witch of Envy. Obviously, I'm not saying pride's a good thing, right? That thematically, I guess I could see like what we're doing there. And also, like Subaru, you could really say that he represents pride in some sense, you know. Of course, that brings me back to the idea that like does Petalgeese really represent Sloth in any way? Not really, right? He calls himself the authority of Sloth. He has the unseen hands and all that. But it's not like he's actually representative of Sloth himself, right? Like, I don't know what you could say he's been doing that is slothful, you know? So, like, if anything, he hates Sloth, right? Like, he beat that one guy to death because of Sloth or whatever. So in that sense, it's like you would say, if Subaru, if his actions are representative of pride, then would you say that he is pride? By the same logic for Beetle, for Petalgeese being Sloth, then you wouldn't say that, right? Because he isn't representative of Sloth, right? You know what I mean? So just because you can connect Subaru's actions to the idea of pride, I don't know if we should really jump that hurdle and say that he is pride, whatever that means exactly, right? Okay, sure. Glad we got all that figured out, except we didn't at all. Hmm. We get this idea of the gospel yet again, which is kind of like it's interesting that like Petalgeese goes through it and says that he has no account of Subaru in the gospel. Which like is it predicting the future? Is it like an accurate depiction of what's going to happen in the future in some way? Is it just like a religious text that says things will come to pass and it's just kind of like vague about that? And since Subaru isn't in it, that means he must not be Pride. I don't know. I don't know. I'm curious. Just a ridiculous scene. And I don't know. He gets owned, I guess. Except not really, because he doesn't actually die. But he gets one shot by Wilhelm. At least his first. This guy, I guess, is still unclear to me. Like, is Petalgeese dead? And like, is it just that other members of the witch's cult are just instantly being promoted to being the authority of Sloth because he died? Um, Obviously, though, like the other one we see that pops up right after he dies acts just like him. So unless like it makes you act exactly like this dude because you become the authority of Sloth, I mean, maybe that's possible. Or is it Petalgeese himself that like his aura or something goes and possesses another one and like takes him over or something? You know what I mean? I don't know. I don't know. Just horrifying, disgusting, awful imagery. He's dead. And we immediately loot his corpse. I'm telling you, I was right to not like these things. There's something wrong with them. I don't know what they are, but there's something up. Apparently, everyone knows what the gospel is and they hate it, so good, I guess. Because I guess, yeah, representative being connected to the witch, right? We know no one likes that. And Subaru's taking it with him. That is good to know that Subaru's going to have a gospel now. That's actually kind of scary. Wait, that's actually kind of scary. You know why? Because, like, Petal Geese brings up later that, like, the gospel will just find its way to you, right? Well, was this moment the gospel just finding its way to Subaru? I mean, like, maybe. Um, but at the same time, it's like Subaru has such a direct connection with the witch that this whole gospel thing just seems like it wouldn't really apply to him. You know what I mean? Like, seems like he's kind of skipped that step. And yeah, in this shot, it looked so much like his body, like we were gonna focus in back on his body, his jaw was gonna twitch or something, and like Subaru thinks the same thing. And everyone dies, unfortunately. Well, not everyone, but a bunch of nameless characters die instantly. Hmm. Oh, God. How terrifying it has to be for the people who can't see the hands, you know? God, they really killed a dog? Like, come on. Seabrooks dragged off. We gotta deal with Petal Geese too, I guess. If it is Petal Geese, I really don't know. But like they don't identify themselves as Petal Geese. They identify themselves as Petal Geese's finger, right? So maybe it really is that it's just whoever. It's like when Petal Geese dies, when the authority of Sloth dies, just one of the fingers instantly gets promoted, gains the unseen hands. It's just immediately, you know. Like I guess because they don't say like, "Oh yeah, I'm Petal Geese," by the way. Hmm. And they're so sure that Subaru is Pride, which I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. We talked about it already. Who knows? Who knows? Thank God the spirit scares them off. I don't know where the spirit came from, but it's a little red spirit that terrifies them and they run away. And thank God Wilhelm is so good that he can parry an invisible attack. Like, goddamn. He's crazy. And we've dealt with another one. Another few hundred to go, I guess. Or 100. Right, they said there were like 100 followers and 10 fingers, so. Makes sense, I guess. And Subaru just feels awful about people dying for him, right? Because that's how he views it. That's in this moment now, he views it as that people are just helping him, and you know that this is his goal, and it's like his responsibility to handle it on his own, right? And if other people help him with it and they die, that it's his fault, right? I mean, that's a pretty rough thing to deal with. Most people mentally would not be able to deal with that as like a thought. You know what I mean? Like that would be very difficult to handle mentally. So I'm not like hating on Subaru for this at all. But it like makes sense, right? That Subaru has to understand that he is not going to be able to reach a perfect outcome every time, even with Return by Death. You know what I mean? Like he can't just die over and over again and get everything perfect forever, right? Like even without Return by Death, like ignoring Return by Death as a concept, um, you just can't think like that in general, right? That whatever you want to happen has to be perfect and work out perfectly with no downsides. You know what I mean? You can't beat yourself up over it that much. I feel like it's just an unattainable goal. But Wilhelm has some stuff to say to him, right? Because Wilhelm is thought the same thing, right? About like his wife dying, right? Like, yeah, I'm sure he knows exactly what Subaru's thinking. Just even more so because it's people personal to Wilhelm that have died, you know. Right. And this feels like this was the flash of Sloth from the episode title, you know. Just for a moment, he considered being slothful yet again, but we're broken out of it. Cling greedily to the victory you have within your sight. Yeah, right. Like it's not like his goal is unattainable now, right? Victory is still within his sight. We can still grab it. You know, it's not out of reach. Hmm. Especially for Subaru, you know, like he shouldn't use Return by Death to try and chase perfection forever because that's impossible. But he can use it as a way to reach victory, whatever that is, right? All right. And yeah, I guess we're just getting Amelia and them away. But, you know, it's not like that really fixes anything. That's not going to mean the witch's cult is going to stop going after her, you know? So we really have to kill all of them. Like, I just don't know. It is going to be rough. And Subaru needs to make up with Julius. I do agree. And then crazy shit happens, I guess. At first I thought this was Puck destroying the world. I thought Amelia must have died. Oops, I dropped my pen. And that Puck was destroying the world again, and that was gonna be really awful if that's what happened. But no, I guess it's just Ram with a flower looking at us, I guess. So I don't. That's quite the cliffhanger, isn't it? I don't know what's going on. Um, man, I haven't seen Ram nor. I mean, last time we saw Ram was in the bad timeline when Rim was dead. Didn't even remember Rim. God, she is not going to be happy that Rim is not has been left behind. Sorry, I don't know. Well, maybe she will be, right? Maybe she wouldn't want Rim to be in danger, like right now. I guess maybe she would get mad at Subaru for putting Rim in danger. I don't know. I don't know. Ah, oh, God. Either way, I don't know. It was a good episode. We got the ending yet again. It's always a treat when we get to see the ending. Um, trying to think if there's anything else I want to talk about. I don't really think so. I think that's it. Man, I'm gonna be driving for 10 hours tomorrow. I gotta drive for 5 hours, go to a funeral, and then drive for 5 hours back home. So that's gonna be really fun. I gotta go to sleep like right now because I gotta wake up at like 3 a.m. So, gonna be fun for me. Um, but you know what? Not as bad as anything that Subaru has faced. So I'll keep that in mind. But yeah, that was a good episode. Subscribe, please, if you enjoy my videos. Click the button down there. Hit it. I want to see that number increase. Gives me a lot of dopamine. My dopamine receptors go off when I see it go up by one. Leave a comment. Tell me what you think. And I will see you in the next one.